Hey, welcome back. Have you ever used a scan tool and wondered what all those modes like Mode 1, Mode 3, or Mode 9 actually mean? You're not alone. Behind each mode is a specific function built into your vehicle's OBD II system. These help you check general issues for your car, such as checking fault status, real-time sensor data, or verifying the operation of various systems. Whether you're diagnosing a problem, verifying repairs, or simply learning how your car communicates, understanding all 10 OBD II modes is essential. In this video, we'll break down all 10 modes, what they do, when they're used, and why they matter. To deal with the smog problem, California began requiring emission control systems on cars in pre-1996, leading to the creation of OBD I. However, as OBD I lacked common standards and each manufacturer had its own approach, OBD II was introduced in 1996 and later models with a universal 16-pin plug to standardize the emission control system. The 10 OBD II modes were then established as part of this system to clarify and standardize how the data is communicated. So, what are the 10 OBD II modes? Essentially, the 10 OBD II modes are a set of 10 standardized functions, defined by the OBD II diagnostic protocol. These functions allow you to interact with and extract information from a vehicle's electronic control modules, ECU. Diagnostic tools communicate with the ECU to retrieve information from the emission systems. This data is then converted into a readable format, which helps you effectively diagnose, repair, and monitor the vehicle's status. All right, now that we have a basic understanding, let's take a closer look at how these modes actually operate. The diagnostic tool uses each mode to send a specific request to the ECU, which then replies with the corresponding information. Let's dive into the details of each mode. First up, Mode 1. This mode allows you to access current emission-related data, often referred to as live data, providing real-time information from sensors and the status of the system. For example, you can view engine RPM, coolant temperature, or vehicle speed. Another important part of Mode 1 is the IM readiness status, key IDs 1 and 41, which shows whether the vehicle's emission monitors have completed their tests. Keep in mind that when you clear DTCs, trouble codes, this readiness status will be reset to not ready, and each monitor must complete a full drive cycle before being marked as ready again. Next, freeze frame, Mode 2. This is like a snapshot of data captured by the ECU at the exact moment a fault code is stored. It includes key vehicle parameters at that time, which helps you recreate the operating conditions when the fault occurred for diagnostic purposes. Then we have the DTCs, modes 3, 7, 0A. These modes are grouped together because they all read diagnostic trouble codes, but at different stages. Mode 7 allows you to see pending DTCs, which are early warnings recorded when the fault is first detected, but before the check engine light turns on. Once a fault is verified and triggers the check engine light, it becomes a confirmed DTC and is read with Mode 3. And finally, if there is a confirmed fault, then you will have a permanent code. You will have the code until the OBD systems tests and determine the problem no longer exists. After that, erase DTCs, Mode 4. This mode sends a request to turn off the check engine light and clears all emissions-related data, including confirmed and pending DTCs, IM readiness status, freeze frame, oxygen sensor test data, monitoring test results and related distance, warm-up, and engine runtime records. Moving on to the OBD oxygen sensor test, Mode 5. This is a diagnostic mode designed to check the performance of oxygen sensors. The ECU runs a series of automatic tests and reports the results, which helps you determine if a sensor is functioning properly. It's primarily used on older vehicles that use the non-CAN protocol and were manufactured before 2008. Next up is the OBD monitor test, Mode 6. As an upgrade version of Mode 5, Mode 6 shows the other OBD II test results, allowing access to the results of onboard monitoring tests that your vehicle performs automatically while driving. This mode is commonly found on modern vehicles that use the CAN protocol, 2008 and newer. It provides a detailed view of the status of emission-related systems, including the catalytic converter, the evaporative emission control system, misfire detection, the exhaust gas recirculation valve, and yes, the oxygen sensors as well. With the Request Control Onboard System, Mode 8, you can actually trigger the ECU to perform specific controlled tests. For example, you might request an EVAP leak check on a gasoline engine, or trigger a DPF regeneration on a diesel vehicle. The scan tool sends the request, and if you are in the conditions to run the test, the ECU will then perform the test. And finally, Vehicle Information, Mode 9. This mode allows you to retrieve key emissions-related information from the ECU, such as the VIN, Vehicle Identification Number, Cal ID, Calibration ID, and CVN, Calibration Verification Number, a value that helps detect if the ECU software has been altered. On CAN-equipped vehicles from 2008 onward, Mode 9 also provides IPT, in-use performance tracking data, showing how often major emission systems are tested during real-world driving. This makes Mode 9 invaluable for verifying vehicle identity, checking software integrity, and assessing emission system performance. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you use the 10 OBD II modes effectively for a complete diagnostic process. First, understand DTCs and diagnosis. The diagnostic process begins by using Mode 7 to catch early warnings, accessing pending DTCs before the check engine light turns on. Once a fault is confirmed, use Mode 3 to read the confirmed DTCs, and immediately follow with Mode 2 to retrieve the freeze frame data to recreate the issue. During troubleshooting, use Mode 1 to monitor live data and compare it with the freeze frame snapshot. After a repair is complete, use Mode 4 to erase the codes and turn off the light. For complete verification, remember that a permanent DTC, Mode 0A, will only clear itself once the ECU has confirmed the fault is no longer present, which may require a full drive cycle. Second, additional diagnostic tests, Modes 5 and 6. Mode 5 helps you track the performance of the oxygen sensor, and Mode 6 provides the status of the other systems, such as the exhaust gas recirculation valve and catalytic converter, both helping you detect systems that may be underperforming, showing signs of early failure, or requiring further inspection, even if the check engine light hasn't turned on yet. Third, advanced tests, Mode 8. In addition to the standard process, Mode 8 is particularly useful in a service bay setting to verify that a recent repair has resolved the issue, especially for intermittent or hard-to-detect problems. Fourth, Vehicle Information, Mode 9. Finally, always use Mode 9 to retrieve essential vehicle information to ensure you are working with the correct data for the specific vehicle. And there you have it, a complete overview of the 10 OBD II modes. By mastering these modes, you're not just reading numbers, you're gaining a deep understanding of a vehicle's systems. This knowledge is the key to accurate diagnostics, effective repairs, and confident decision-making. Drive safely, stay informed, and thanks for tuning in.